What made you become MGTOW? First, MGTOW is not a movement. There is no leader, no marches, no trying to change society or the govt. It's just men who have realized that getting involved with women is dangerous to their happiness and freedom, so they aren't going to engage women unless they absolutely have to. In today's modern world, it is very annoying to deal with modern women who have no clue what they want in life. And a bunch of women have no clue what they want. They just pretty much play with men with their mind games. They like to use my time and my emotions for their own personal gain, and I get nothing in return. Just not worth it. Let me tell you, my own fucking story how I joined MGTOW movement. My whole life I was laughed at by girls. I was emotionally blackmailed by girls. And I was used by girls to satisfy their needs. And after they used me, they just dumped me and passed on to the next guy. Girls do that to me my whole life.
Alright ladies, here's a question for you. Do you think that a man can sometimes walk away from a woman he loves? Can he decide to leave you, even though he still has feelings for you? As a coach, one expression that I hear quite often is, always smile, I love her, but I'm not in love with her anymore, right? And what is the difference, you're probably thinking? Well, it means that he cares for you. He has deep affection towards you, but the attraction and romantic aspects got lost or weakened. And now he sees you as a friend instead of a lover.
And if I needed to pick the latest example, I was in a relationship for a year and 10 months. I was around her all the time. I put everything else aside for her. I comforted her all the time. I was nice. Presents, acts of kindness, emotional support, and all that cheesy love stuff. She emotionally blackmails me to do a few things in order to prove my love. On the other hand, I was always there for her. I always took care of her. And she was never there for me. She never cared about my emotional needs. She was never interested in me. She was only interested in attention from guys. I pretty much gave everything to her, and I pretty much ended up being used. And it's my fault, 'cause I thought she would be the one who would prove that there are decent girls out there, in the end. I put all my focus on stuff which makes me happy, my hobbies, my passions. Even though it does kind of feel empty, at least I share my passion with people who care about me, and don't complain every 2 minutes how they want more. Even though it is kinda odd at the moment, it is still better than in a relationship. I am just a person who likes my own rules, my own personal space, and I am a free spirit. I do stuff when I want, what I want, and with who I want. And I work best in surroundings like that. And I just figured out I don't want to give up on that, just for love, which always ends up being based on other interests, and not love itself. I just got tired of trying, and I concluded that it's just not worth it, 'cause you will end up breaking up anyway. Relationships just don't work anymore. Dating in the 21st century is just sad. Just not worth it. It is also very annoying to deal with women who have no clue what they want in life. And a bunch of women have no clue what they want. They just pretty much play with me with their mind games. They like to use my time and my emotions for their own personal gain, and I get nothing in return. Just not worth it. I know there are good women out there, but I just don't care anymore. I'm tired of trying, just not worth it. Women today just behave like everything is on sale, like sales in stores. They just want everything, and they give little in return. Just not worth it for me. So, I decided to go MGTOW. Is it wrong? In whose eyes? The same thing could be asked of feminism, which is actually a movement. I see commercials all the time now that show men as being useless, scared of their own shadow, lazy, incompetent, etc. And in all those cases, the woman is strong, fearless, competent, etc. It isn't to say that these kinds of men and women don't exist, but they're probably 1 in 10,000. If you make a commercial about it, though, then you are implying that the majority of men and women are like this. MGTOW. Men are seeing this, and rather than try to change things, they are just walking away. Have you ever tried to have an argument with someone who, rather than fighting, just walks out of the room? It doesn't matter how keenly you sharpened your argument or how up-to-date your facts are, they won't do you any good if there is no one to argue with. So, who is MGTOW wrong for? Specifically, I'd say feminists. MGTOW men are willing to let society go to hell in a handbag, and it won't affect them because they have moved away from all of that. Men going their own way means they've checked out of the system, so to speak, like being in a relationship.
Right. You think he's giving them compliments until you realize non means no in French.
They might refuse to date because of bad experiences and have no interest in women anymore. They will instead focus most of their energy on their own career, being self-sufficient, and enjoy male-centric hobbies. It is men who have seen the patterns in women, dating, marriage, family court, legal systems, and the general consequences men must face for women's actions, and they said it wasn't worth it. So they stopped chasing women and romantic relationships and started living for themselves. That is all it is. Men are reaching the point of sheer exhaustion, fed up with the constant nonsense. They're steering their course towards MGTOW, the path that promises safety from the chaos. It's an open secret that women wield immense power in the world. Yet paradoxically, these very women often declare their oppression, asserting that we dwell in a patriarchal society. They champion their cause under the banner of equality, but the discerning eye can't help but notice that their true pursuit is dominance. The dwindling interactions between men and women are emblematic of this shift. Why? Every interaction with a woman nowadays feels like navigating a minefield that could potentially lead to dire consequences, like landing behind bars. It's a treacherous terrain where words like rapist and creep have lost their once potent meaning, freely flowing from the lips of modern women. Simply asking if a woman is finished with the treadmill at the gym might suddenly earn you the dreaded creep label. Offering a courteous handshake to a female colleague in the workplace, that too can brand you a creep in another woman's eyes. Such is the reality of the modern world, and it's driving men to the brink. The frustration with this unrelenting nonsense is palpable. If your car breaks down, you're on your own. You don't need a man to help you fix it. The gym presents a similar conundrum. Need a spotter or assistance with a tricky workout? Forget it. Men fear being labeled as creeps, so they'd rather not extend a hand in help. Call upon your fellow females for gym assistance. MGTOW men are carving out their own path, one that's focused on self-improvement and fulfilling their life's purpose. They're striving to provide for themselves and their families, all without the entanglements of romantic relationships in the equation. It's a calculated choice made out of sheer necessity and a desire for self-preservation in a world that often feels fraught with peril. And that concludes today's discussion on MGTOW Voice. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on future videos. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next video.